Most of you knows who Sonam Wangchuk is. Hello everyone, Jai Shri Ram. Many of you maybe know why I'm making this video, and those who don't know, let me clear this. So as we all can see, the country is going through a very difficult phase. I thought it was important to share my perspective with all of you. At first, I wasn't sure whether I should even speak about this because I don't have a million followers. I am not a journalist and I am not a spokesperson too. But then I realized something. I am an Indian citizen. If people sitting in foreign countries can try to influence and manipulate the youth of my country, then surely I have every right to express my opinion as someone who belongs to this nation. In this video, we will discuss a few important points. It might be a little long, but sincerely I request you all to watch it till the end. Before we begin, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. I do not follow any political party or political agenda. I follow my dharma, I follow my religion, and no, I am neither uneducated nor unemployed nor illiterate. So let's begin with the first point. Sonam Wangchuk, Abhijit Deepke, and the difference between supporting a cause and supporting every individual. Every individual. Most of you knows who Sonam Wangchuk is. You probably know who this man is. You probably also know who Abhijit Deepke is. But here's something many people fail to understand. Just because someone stands beside a person who is right, it doesn't automatically make them right as well. Sonam Wangchuk began his hunger strike after students lost their life and concerns were raised over the failures in the education system. His primary demands were simple. He wanted assurance that what happened to these students would never happen again, that government would take complete accountability for conducting public examinations, and that the failures seen in the education system would not be repeated. But then suddenly someone sitting thousands of miles away starts saying, no, we want the education minister Dharmendra Pradhan to resign. My first question is, why directly targeting education minister? This brings us to the main point. Supporting someone doesn't mean everything they or their supporters say is automatically correct. Likewise, disagreeing with someone doesn't mean everything about them is wrong. Don't get trapped in one fixed mindset. Think independently and judge every situation on its own merits. Why only Dharmendra Pradhan? Just asking, why only Dharmendra Pradhan? आप मेरे को खुद एक बात बताइए, आप एक स्कूल में हैं, वहाँ पे 40 एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं, उनका एक हेड है, उनका एक सब हेड है और उनका प्रिंसिपल है. तो अगर किसी 40 एम्प्लॉयज़ में से कोई एक करप्ट निकला और उसने कोई पेपर लीक कर दिया, तो आप सीधा ये बोलेंगे कि हमें स्कूल बंद कराना है या हमें प्रिंसिपल से रिज़ाइन चाहिए. ठीक है. The role of education minister is to oversee the education system and take the corrective action when problem arise. इसका मतलब समझ रहे हैं आप? After the incident, corrective measures were taken, re-exams were conducted where necessary, and the examination process continued. Recently, the NEET results were also declared. I will showing some screenshots that state there was no direct evidence linking to Dharmendra Pradhan personally to the paper leak. Now some people might say, but he is the education minister, he must resign. He is, but thousands of people work under the Ministry of Education. The NTA, National Testing Agencies, has its own leadership, including its Director General and Chairperson. So why is all the blame being placed on one individual? Should public opinion be driven solely by people sitting abroad who may not fully understand Indian institutions, but still attempt to influence Indian youth with their own narratives for their own personal agenda? Now let's move to the second major point. Was this protest really about NEET students? So basically, I wasn't personally present at that protest, so I'm only sharing my observations based on public available videos and reports. What I saw, the gathering seemed to involve many different groups and issues beyond NEET. I want to ask every NEET aspirant watching this, would you ever imagine yourself picking up stones and throwing them at a police officer? If the discussion was supposed to focus on education, then why were religious slogans, political speeches, and unrelated controversies become part of the protest? For example, Kunal Kamra, you all know Kunal Kamra, made remarks that many people found offensive and unrelated to the concerns of students. He said something like सीता के पति, नीता के पति.
सीता के पति का नाम ले लेके नीता के पति का काम कर रहे हैं.
तो ये चीज एजुकेशन से कैसे रिलेट कर रही है? Some people have claimed that Delhi police attacked students, but this also raises an important question. If individuals are carrying stones and violence breaks out, should everyone present automatically be described as peaceful students?
देखो आप देख सकते हैं ये पत्थर की गाली भी आ चुकी है. अब पता नहीं इसमें क्या पॉलिटिक्स भरी हुई है, क्या गंदगी भरी हुई है पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट में.
Think yourself. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Or some people are trying to divide the issue on religious lines. So basically, sharing my personal opinion, I am in a university where the majority of students are Muslims. मेरे SC दोस्त भी हैं, मेरे मुस्लिम्स दोस्त भी हैं, मेरे सिख दोस्त भी हैं. वो मेरे साइड में बैठ के नॉन वेज खाएं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. कोई मेरे साइड में बैठ के कुछ भी करे, मुझे दिक्कत नहीं है. एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग मेरा ये राइट है कि मैं उनके धर्म को कुछ ना बोलूं और वो मेरे धर्म को कुछ ना बोलें. तो डज दिस मेक मी सेक्युलर? ऑब्वियसली नॉट. आई एम नॉट अ सेक्युलर, बट मैं हर किसी के धर्म की इज्जत करता हूँ और मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि हर कोई मेरे धर्म की इज्जत करे. कोई किसी स्टेज पे चढ़ के ये ना बोले कि नीता के पति एंड सीता के पति, और स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट में कोई ये ना बोले कि हम एक ही रिलीजन को फॉलो करते हैं या ये रिलीजन सबसे बड़ा है. And one more thing I don't even understand. Instead of insulting each other's faith, why can't everyone simply follow their own beliefs while respecting others? It's a simple thing and it's a logical thing. आप ना किसी को सामने से कुछ बोलो, ना कोई आपको सामने से कुछ बोलेगा. To be very honest, I think the biggest issue of our country is I feel many young people today are confused, divided, and emotionally vulnerable. Instead of thinking independently, many wait for someone else to tell them what to believe. Then people from outside India suddenly present themselves as defenders of our constitution and start telling us how countries should be run. If they truly respect Indian constitution, then how can anyone support statesmen suggesting that India should be broken? Apart or that parliament should be divided. भाई किसी ने एक बोला था, आई डोंट नो, मैंने वीडियो में देखा था कि इंडिया का नेपाल बना देंगे और पार्लियामेंट को उखाड़ फेंकेंगे. मेरे को ये नहीं समझ आता है ऐसी चीजें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फॉलो करने वाले लोग कैसे बोल सकते हैं. एज फार एज आई नो, आर्टिकल 51AC, अकॉर्डिंग टू आर्टिकल 51AC of Indian Constitution, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. हिंदी में भाई बताऊं तो भारत के प्रत्येक नागरिक का यह कर्तव्य होगा कि वह भारत की प्रभुता, एकता और अखंडता की रक्षा करे और उसे अक्षुण्ण रखे. इंडिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अकॉर्डिंग भाई आप अपने देश के बारे में इतना गलत बोल रहे हो. एक लड़की वहाँ पे फिलिस्तीन का झंडा लेके आई है, तो आप किस थॉट से बोल रहे हो कि ये एक स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट है. दैट्स आई ऑल वांटेड टू से एंड थैंक यू एवरीवन. और एट द एंड यही कहूँगा, जो अपने धर्म का नहीं वो किसी कर्म का नहीं. जय हिंद, जय भारत.